talk to each other and do this live. But if you want to jump
All
into
right.
the
All right, we should be good.
All right. There we go. We are good. We are good. Waiting for the notification so I can tag everybody. We are good. But now we're live.
We're live.
So welcome to the Outliers, everybody. This is Coach Vic. For the new guys out there, I coach UCLA, and we have Coach Doc, who coaches Fresno State. How you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. It's just me and Doc this season. Our fellow comrade Sammy, long live Sammy, did a lot for us here at the Outliers, and we wish him nothing but the best. He had some issues with EA. I'll just say it like that. And if you want to DM him and ask, he'll probably tell you. But he had some issues with them, and so he gracefully bowed out. But it's okay. The Outliers will continue. Long live the Outliers as well. And it's just me and Doc this season, and we're going to continue to fly high. And now the G6. It is no longer the G5. It is the G6 with the newly formed Pac 12. So we're going to start with conference previews. That's what we're going to do because we don't have any top 25. I will ask the question, how many G6 teams you think will crack the top 25
In the first poll,
in the first poll?
I don't think any.
You don't think any?
I don't.
Huh.
I don't think any. I think once that first block's over, we may have one or two. But Boise, I mean, we can go with Boise because IROX is a piece that's always in the top 25. So I would say Boise, if anybody. How many you think?
I'm thinking two.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of coaches, a lot of good coaches in the G5 this year or G6.
Yes.
But do they get in on name or you know what I mean, or do we start seeing them fill in as we go along?
I think we'll see two. I think we'll see Boise, and we'll probably see either a mix of Liberty or FAU because of the coach. I think the coaches there have enough respect and prestige in the league to garner a few votes. So I believe we're going to have two.
All right, and I'm not against that. I can get behind that totally. I just for me, you know, it's just that first poll, and it's like the reason I would say IROC is because he's been with the same team, he knows the team. Everybody's going to get that. Like he can get that, and FAU, um, Liberty, UTSA, just with the coaches alone, may get those votes.
Yeah. Yeah. The coaches that have those teams, UTSA, maybe even North Texas
North
and
Texas, yeah.
FAU. Yeah. So they have enough respect to get some votes. But I just see a mix of those three, maybe, but I'm thinking two, minimum one.
All right. Yeah,
All right.
I
And
agree. At least one's going to be there, and it could be a combination of all those schools. But you know, I think if Boise will probably be the one sure one. I think.
but we do have some meaningful football, call it week 0, if you will. We do have some meaningful football here kicking off this weekend with the Beefy Cup as is already have started with a few games sprinkled in. Do you think we'll have any surprises from a G16 with this new format, single elimination format? This year is not any group play, none of that. It's just all single elimination. Do you think we'll have some surprises from any G16 teams there?
I think we will, and I think the names that we talked about, I think those are the names that you're going to see that are going to be
Yeah.
the ones that stand out the most to me. Um, you know, I look like UTEP played, I believe UTEP plays like Coastal Carolina. So you look at I played Iowa State, I beat Iowa State. So Fresno's moving on, but uh, you look at teams that play other G5 schools, they'll move along. But I think as we thin out, as we go into other pods, I think you're going to see the teams that we talked about being in the top 25, you know, the teams that are moving forward in the Beefy Cup. But I love what they did with the Beefy Cup this year. I really do.
I love it too. Give it a sense of purpose. Single elimination. It doesn't have to necessarily drag on or you get some sim wins or anything like that. We still may have those, but I think there's going to be a lot fewer of those because of cup play and group play. If you down 0-2 in group play, it's like, well, I might as well not play the third, but that's how some people was thinking. But with this, is single elimination. Everybody's on one complete big bracket, and you go from there. I think, like you said, some of those coaches will have some upsets, and I think one of them at least go to the Sweet 16 or Final Eight, something like that.
Yeah.
So,
But like
and
Boise got a tough. Boise played Mississippi State, got beat. Um,
yeah,
you know, you got UNLV playing Minnesota. Just real quick, I'm just running down through some of these pods here. But some of these matchups are really good matchups. Georgia Tech,
oh,
UTSA, I think that's a good one.
that is a good one.
Liberty, Oregon State, that's another good one. One that I'm interested in watching when it gets played is South Florida and Kansas. I think that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a good one. I think that, like in real life, that's like equal talent right
Yeah,
now for both squads in real life. So we'll see how that plays out on the game. But I feel like there's equal talent on both sides with both of those teams.
yeah. It's going to be,
And
like I
don't
said, interesting to say the least.
and new guys don't think that the Beefy Cup isn't important. The Beefy Cup is important. Is to honor one of our veteran coaches that used to be in the league. He passed away, so in honor of him, we have this tournament, and it's also for down the line. Hell, maybe in future seasons as well. You can always fine tune your game plan and your plays by using the Beefy Cup. It's not a waste.
It's not,
A lot of people, a lot of veterans, a lot of veteran coaches fine tune stuff in the Beefy Cup that they're going to use later on in the most important games of the season.
yeah.
So it's very important. Very important.
That's what I use it for. I use it, I use it to like just kind of get a feel for my team at the beginning of the year and see what I'm playing with because sometimes you pick a team and you pick them out of like an oh shit moment. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, my plan is gone. What do I do now? And you just pick a team. And so when you do that, you kind of just use the beefy cup to get your team ready and
Yeah.
Win some
So
games.
now that we got that out the way, I'm sorry about that in the beginning, kind of stumbled over words there. Now we're going to get to some of these conferences and conference previews and predictions. We're going to start with the MAC.
Start with the MAC.
Now, I know it's some, yeah, we're going to start with the MAC. Now, I know it's some slots still to be filled in the MAC, so we can't fully preview the conference, but I feel like this conference is kind of a one-man conference. Now, we never know what surprises may come out, but I feel like it's a one-man conference, and that is the number one pick himself, Chip, versus the field.
Yes.
Now, it is some teams field. We do have Noah at UMass. We have Crazy Train at Miami, Ohio. We have OV Patriots at Ohio. Those are new coaches. Football Kelly is still there with Chip, with Toledo. We got Phony with Chip, Western Michigan. With Toledo. Adioxide with Eastern Michigan. That's a new coach. Tar Killer is also a new coach. And you got Lexi, your girl Lexi, with Bowling Green. Now we do have 4 slots open. That's Kent State, Ball State, Akron, and Sacramento State. What team that's already filled do you think is going to surprise some people in the MAC?
Ooh. Well, Kelly's been with Toledo for a while, so that kind of helps. But I Buckeye. I think he'll do well with Bowling Green. But like I said, I think this one really just comes down to this is Chips and everybody else is just kind of playing in it. You know what I mean? Like, and with being having so many newer coaches, this will be a fun conference to watch and kind of get to know the new coaches.
Yeah. Yeah. This is one of the new coach conferences and the CUSA, every season we talk about it. That's one of those 2 conferences are usually the last 2 to get filled in the draft. So we have a whole bunch of new coaches, so we don't know what to expect fully until that conference is full or as full as it can get for the season. Because you never know who's going to sneak up. I remember Ant Rains from last season snuck up with UMass.
Yep.
So you never know. Devin came out of the MAC. He was at Northern Illinois. So, and he snuck and surprised some people and won the league, I believe, as well. So, who do you have facing Chip in the MAC title?
Boy. Again, it goes back to new coaches, right? So I haven't seen any of them play. So, I would have to, Buckeye, Kelly, Phony Badge, the guys that we've seen play, they would stand out to me over the new guys. Not meaning anything bad for the new guys, but we just don't know what's being brought to the table. So I think that once we see them play and as the season starts to progress, we'll see, it will start to shake itself out a little bit.
I'm putting both of the questions I asked you together. I think Western Michigan is going to be the surprise. I like Phony. He's back, fully back in the frame of things. I think he's going to do well with the Broncos, and they're going to face Central Michigan for the MAC title game.
All right. I can get behind that. Like I said, I mean, for me, like I like Kelly a little bit because he's been there and he's won some games at Toledo. I think that, but
been the bowl games. He's been the bowl games, I believe, every year. Every year he's been to the bowl game.
So, again, I like guys who stay with the same team too. You know what I mean? Because you develop that knowledge of that team throughout the seasons. So, and I know this is a new game and there's a whole bunch of new things that go along with it, but I really, um, but I think, Buckeye can do something to Bowling Green too. So it's going to be tough. But if it were me, I was picking somebody, I'd pick Toledo.
All right. All right. Well, moving on. Which one you want to do next? I'll let you pick.
Let's go with the American.
Oh, we go with the tough one. Ooh. The American, it has a lot of veteran coaches. We have Jaguars at North Texas. We mentioned Rain at FAU, at UTSA. We got NTX at Memphis. We got Keg Burger or Keg Burger, yeah, at East Carolina. You got T-Fad at South Florida. You got K Dog at UAB. You got Steam. That's definitely not forget about Steam at Navy. You got Priest at Rice. What team do you think out of this
You know what team I
14
feel you know what team I feel sorry
conference?
for is Charlotte. Because I feel bad for
But don't feel too bad because whoever gets them, the win goal is 2, and I don't see it moving up past at least 2.5.
right.
So
But those are going to be look at this conference. Like
yeah, but you can go 3-0. You can start 3-0 and have your win goal.
I know, but I mean, like this conference just it's stacked and
It
all
is stacked.
vets.
It is stacked, and there's a lot of vets.
You know,
It's stacked and it has vets. That's a hard combination for a new coach to come into.
yeah,
Conference that is stacked and is stacked coaching wise, meaning these are people who really can play this game and
absolutely,
that are looking for an opportunity to pick in the top 10 again. So, and all of them can do it. All the vets can do it. It could be a dream season for all of them.
yeah, I agree.
But who do you have as a surprising team out of this 14 team collection?
So I want to, man, I like NTX at Memphis. I really do. I think he's going to surprise some people. Um, so like if I'm looking at the surprise team, and not that that would be a huge surprise if he did win, but I just think that he can put something together with that team. Another team I look at as a surprise is South Florida. Um, we all know what Efan can do when he's out there throwing the ball around. He'll tell you he'll lose by 50 and he'll end up winning by 50. Um, but he's somebody there that can, probably shake a few trees as well. Uh, Priest, he can win some games in this league, but it Paxi, Jaguars, um, Rain. I think those are the guys that you're going to look at that are going to be at the top, and everybody else is going to be fighting for some positions. But those are for me, Memphis and South Florida are the two surprise teams that I think that can do some damage in this team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they beat one of the top teams.
I love NTX at Memphis. That's a very talented team. They got Eric Nolan at quarterback. Pretty chill dude. Heard him on a podcast in the off season. Really chill dude. Not no prima donna. Not no it's all about me type of guy. He's a team guy. And they got the coach that went from Marshall to Southern Miss to now Memphis. So now he's trying to build a culture there in Memphis and a quick turnaround because he quickly turned around Southern Miss in 1 year, turned around Marshall while he was there too. I believe he's the coach that has a win over Notre Dame when they was at Marshall. I could be mistaken, but I believe he
I
is.
think you're right, but I could be wrong too.
Hey, let's just go with that. This is just
We'll both be wrong
when
if
I
that's the
say
case.
stuff. Anybody can fact check me if I'm wrong. I'm wrong. This is just off the top of my head, but I believe he was the coach. Um, in this league here, I have the two. If you're a visual listener right now, if you're watching us on Twitch, you see the standings, you see the conferences and the coaches. I think number 8 and number 9, North Texas and Navy will be the surprise. I know Steen is a running type of guy, and now he's in the ultimate running system with the triple option at Navy. And Navy has talent. He brought back a lot of talent from that team last season. So no one really, transfers in and out of the military schools unless you get a special waiver. So they get to hone in and keep and develop that talent there at those military schools. So he's going to have talent on that Navy squad running a triple option. And I feel like North Texas is slept on. They did get rated out of the portal with their coach going to Oklahoma State, their running back, receiver, quarterback, defenders going to Oklahoma State as well after coming from a playoff season. But they rebounded well. They got some G6 level talent that they brought in that's going to do very, very well in the G6 that came from Power Four. You got my guy Jaheim White, and you got Tavon Jackson, who came from UCF. So those two can make a good run game, good read option, RPO type of game there for you. So I believe those two with the run game and how offenses kind of shifted to the run game in this year's version of the game, I believe those two teams can surprise people.
Yeah, and North Texas got some speed at wide receiver too. They got a 90 speed, a 98
Definitely.
speed, a 92 speed. A 90 speed doesn't even make the top 6. So they got some speed
Right.
on them. And again, as we talked about earlier before we came on, speed kills in this game, and you know if you can have
Definitely.
it really
And they
helps.
got speed all around on that offense now.
Oh
A lot
yeah,
of times it's gonna be a struggle with some of these teams on defense. You do have to scheme it up because of the talent deficiency in some position groups. Like you may have a strong DN, but you may have weak linebackers. You may have a strong secondary, but you got a weak defensive line. Like it's gonna be some deficiencies, but you gotta learn how to work around those deficiencies enough to get a few stops here and there every game to come out with the victory. But I feel like with the run game being uh, a little heavily not overpowered, but a little heavily towards the run game in this game, I believe those two teams with the speed and the power are going to be a difference in this conference.
yeah.
So, who do you have making the conference championship in this conference?
Oh boy, you're asking the hard hitting questions tonight. But I like North Texas, and I like um man, I have to go with Memphis. Those are the two that I like in this conference as being. Uh, I I like Rain at FAU, but I don't know if FAU has the gas. You know what I mean? Like if they have the players to make that push. Um, but those are the Memphis and North Texas are the two. North Texas got so much speed on offense, and it kind of plays into Jag's hands. That offense does, and kind of how he ran it at Kansas State, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
I think I think North Texas fits him really well, but I also think NTX is going to surprise a lot of teams, and I think they're playing for the championship with North Texas.
You got Memphis and North Texas. Ooh. Ooh. All right. All right. I'm I'm gonna go a little chalk. I'm gonna say both of those teams are gonna hover around third, fourth, fifth place with Navy. Um, but I'm gonna go a little chalk. I'm gonna go with FAU and UTSA.
Okay.
They do have the two best coaches in the conference. That's no slight on no one. That is no slight on no one. Don't take that shit personal at all. It's just body of work. Those two coaches have it. So those two are the best coaches. So I feel like with the deficiencies that we talked about on defense, I feel like a well schemed up game plan is going to take you over the top in certain moments. And those two can definitely scheme up a game plan with what they have. Florida Atlantic do got some deficiencies, especially on offensive line, but they do have a defensive line and they do have a secondary. So 2/3 of their defense, G6 wise, is pretty good. So he's gonna develop a scheme with that defense and get him over the hump. And I feel like with UTSA, I love their roster. I love them in real life. Got a senior quarterback, fifth-year senior, I believe, in Owen McCown, one of Josh McCown's sons.
Yeah.
Um, and he's going to do well. He did well last season, upset Memphis last season. I believe almost upset North Texas last season as well. So that roster and that quarterback is going to take you a long way. If you're Pat, I would lean on him heavy because you're one of the G6 teams that has a quarterback. And as we already talked about in previous podcasts, the game is relative to how your quarterback plays in real life and in the game. If you have a puny fucking arm, it's going to show. If you got an overpowered arm, it's going to show. So him having a steady hand at quarterback is going to take him forward. And I got FAU and UTSA as far as the conference championship.
Yeah. No, two good picks. And just that FAU's line scares me, and offensive
That
line.
offensive line, yeah,
Yeah.
that offensive line is pretty bad.
But you're right. I mean, their defensive line is really nice, but I mean, like blocking's important in this game, and if you don't have it, uh, it's hard to run. It's hard to
He's,
pass.
he's going to for sure have to create turnovers.
Yeah. Oh, and
He's
he's
for
good at
sure.
doing it. Yeah.
For sure have to create turnovers with that offensive line because that offensive line is going to have you get a few 3-and-outs here and there because of how weak it is. So you're going to have to turn around and get some 3-and-outs or get some turnovers to manufacture some scoring.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's the only thing that's keeping me like. I think that they're going to be once Rain gets them figured out. I think they're going to be fine. But I think it's going to be kind of a struggle at the beginning, and how he comes out of that. And I mean, Pax is a good coach, so that's going to help at UTSA. But they have deficiencies too, and that's going to be. I think all these teams have some, and I think when it like the reason why I like Memphis and the reason why I like North Texas is because it fits them both what they do, and that's like I'm not against UTSA and FAU because I have them both in my top five. But as far as like I look at the long play on it, I look at North Texas and Memphis being the best fits in those teams in this conference.
Gotcha. I can understand. No, it's no,
There's no right or
if,
wrong. I
if
mean,
if that turned out to be the conference championship, I wouldn't even be like mad I was wrong.
yeah,
Wouldn't even be mad because I can see the same thing you're seeing with both of those teams too.
but it's hard to go against those two coaches. Is what I'm. You know what I mean? Like I
And that
get it, and
and
that's
that's what I'm leaning on.
and that's
And
why
that's what I'm leaning on.
that's what makes this one so tough, right? Because they're all good
Yeah.
coaches, and who do you pick? Like it's just tough. So I'll let you pick the next one.
All right. So the next one we're going to go to is the retirement community that has lessened since we last talked. When we last talked, it was a bigger conference than what it was. Now it is a shorter conference and it has less tenants in the retirement home. Some of our tenants have gone to glory, and that glory is the Pac 12. And so, what do you feel, what do you feel like is going to be the surprise team of the Mountain West?
Of the Mountain West. Let's see what I got here. Just trying to switch the. Uh, I'm doing two
Take
things at
time.
once. So
Take your time. Don't worry. Take your time.
it's all new to me, guys.
We're trying new stuff out here. We're trying to be very visual.
Yeah. So the Mountain West. Man, this is another good one. Um, I like. Uh, did you say surprise?
Yeah, the surprise. Yeah, the
UTEP.
surprise.
I don't even need to.
Yes, I'll be very visual.
I don't even need to. I don't even need to think about that one. I'm going to go UTEP
Why UTEP? Why you so strong on UTEP?
because um I'm I'm in a dynasty with Anthony. He has UTEP, and he knows that team really, really well, and he's got him moving at a pretty good pace. So, um, just seeing how he plays with that team, I really like him with UTEP. Um, I think he might win this thing.
I've said this in real life, and I'm going to go with this to match up with what I said in real life. This team has the potential to be the main rival to a UNLV or Hawaii or something like that. This conference continues as is, but I feel like North Dakota State are definitely surprise people.
Oh yeah, I
I think that will be the surprise in this conference because it's
I wouldn't be surprised if they won the conference.
reformed because it's reformed. It's not what it was. It's reformed. So a new team can form itself, and being that North Dakota hasn't had many players go through the portal, like transfer out the portal, but has come into the portal because of drop down status,
Right,
and now it's not drop down status anymore. So they have G6 level talent already, even before they made the jump. They have G6 level talent. So I feel like North Dakota State, especially with Jokers, Coach Jokers as the coach, I'm really high on him, as everybody knows.
yep,
Um, I love his style as a coach. He can relate his style to any team. He can pass it, he can run it. He's going to make sure that coaching mentality that he has in real life goes into effect in this game. And I feel like he's going to definitely surprise some people. Who do you have in the conference title game in this? One person already gave the other 9 coaches some bulletin board material day one in the draft. Coach Hubbard, who drafted 15th, took UNLV and said, and I quote, "I'm coming for a conference title." What do you think about those comments And do you think he's gonna fit one of those slots in the title game?
I do. I think it's going to be UNLV and North Dakota State in the title game. And, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if UTEP kind of knocks on that door too. So, those are the two teams I think that are going to win, are going to be in the championship. It's going to be a good game, but I think Hubbard's probably going to be right in his quest for a championship.
I gave all that dramatic speech and bullshit, but I agree. I agree. I agree. I think this is Hubbard's time. I think he's been really focused on the game. More so, I like him as coming from saying, "Oh, I suck. Oh, I'm terrible. I'm not shit." To all right, I can do something. I can get into a bowl. I could have a winning record. To now having a top 20 pick and using that pick for leverage to get to have some goals for himself. He has different goals. It wasn't he was 15 and took a high power four and this, that, and the other. He said, you know what? On my coaching profile, I want a one. At least I want a one next to my name when it comes to conference championships.
Yeah.
And he called his shot. I think he's gonna get there. I think he's gonna get there. And I think that Jokers is going to get there as well. I think I'm going to agree with you. I think it's UNLV versus North Dakota State in the conference championship game.
Yep. That's how I see it. I really do.
Uh, Speaking of retirement communities, we have the senior living apartments we're going to go to.
The over
We're
55.
going to go the over 55s, the reduced rent, as we like to call it. Senior living apartments, better known as the new Pac 12, as some of those retired retirement home committee members ventured over the glory and came into some senior living. Mm-mm-mm. We moving on up.
I
We
like that.
have we have to preview the conference. We have Black Rain at Utah State. We got RB Sauce at Oregon State. We have our own. We have, as this didn't, all right. We have Chewbacca, our beloved Chewbacca at Texas State. We have Big Z at San Diego State. We have iRock at Boise, UF at Colorado State, and our own Tim at Washington State. Who do you feel like is the surprise of the new Pac 12?
The man, Oregon State. I think I they were my second pick after Fresno. As much as I hated playing with Oregon State, um, I was gonna go back, uh, but the two heads at Fresno State made it a much easier decision for me. But I think Oregon State is going to be the surprise of this one. I also like Chewbacca and UF at Colorado State. So it's going to be interesting. The top is going to be what I think is just going to be a bloodbath between San Diego State, Boise, and Washington State. I think those three teams are going to whichever comes out alive on those three teams is going to be the two teams that make it to the championship.
I think that Texas State is going to be a surprise. And like I said, with North Dakota State rising up into the FBS and into the Mountain West, I also feel strong that Texas State can be a power in the Pac-12 with the Texas recruiting, the pipeline, and now the new about it. Like you can get transfers and be like, hey, we can create history in this new Pac-12. Like we can take over the Pac-12. And so you can sell some transfers on that. So I like them as a surprise. I like you as a surprise at Fresno State. I think you're gonna surprise some people for sure.
Yeah, don't bet
But
any money on that.
no NDL sharp on that one. All right. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But I think that I'm going to not go with the triad. And this is no disrespect to Big Z, but I think Tim and IROC are going to go at it in the Pac 12 title game, in the inaugural Pac 12, the re-augural, I guess. I don't fucking know. But the new formed Pac 12 title game is going to be Boise versus Washington State.
So for me, I think it's going to be San Diego State and Boise State. Um, that's like I just I see Tim losing to one of those two teams, um, and I think that's going to be the downfall there. So um, I think that those two are going to be the two that come out of that 3-team bloodbath that I think that's going to happen up top.
All right. As my Alexa want to go off. We're going to move on to the next conference. Which conference do you want to go with next?
Let's go over to the old Conference USA.
Oh, Conference USA. Remember the old game Cruising USA?
Yes.
That was the shit on Nintendo 64. Had that upbeat white woman Cruising USA. All right.
All right. Conference USA standing. All right.
All right. To preview the conference, we have Jeff Daddy at Delaware. We have Bruce Bagel over at Missouri State. We have Neil coming back into the fold at Western Kentucky. We have Shady Nasty at Kennesaw State. We have MJ Kemp representing his school at Liberty. We have FB, a new coach at Jacksonville State. We have Duvitt with FIU. Notice he wasn't talking shit this draft. We have old schooler at New Mexico State. We have Devin at Middle Tennessee. Sam Houston, which is sad for me because it's one of the teams I had and did well with. Sam Houston is currently open, so that conference isn't full yet, but it's mostly full. And who do you think is going to be the surprise team of this conference? May
So
not make the title game, but definitely going to surprise people.
I think FB is going to be the surprise team. So he's a vet. This is his first season back since the original, I believe, like back in 14. And so I think this is his first season back, but he's a vet. Loves the run game, can play some defense, so kind of fits Jacksonville State. So he's going to be my surprise there in the Conference USA.
My surprise is gonna be, even though I talk so much shit to him, it's gonna be Duvitt at FIU. I think that's a solid team for that conference and the G6 overall. They definitely got a little bit of talent down there in Miami. Pitbull gave them some NIL, so they spend it wisely.
They got nice uniforms too.
They do. They do. They do have nice uniforms. The drip. If you are a drip person, they do have drip.
Do they still have the Miami Vice uniforms in there?
They do.
Oh,
They
okay.
do. I think
Yeah.
it's two. I think it's two different versions of the Vice
Oh,
uniform.
really?
Yeah, the white and black. So it's a white, pink, and what teal, I think, color, and then the black version, black jersey with pink and teal. So they have both of those versions, I believe, in the game. So if you like drip, and I think Duvid likes drip, and he's going to use it very wisely there. Who do you have being in the conference title game?
Conference.
And I'm going to ask, as we look at the coaches and everything like that, is it obvious?
I I think the one coach is. I think Liberty is obviously the one team that's going to be there. For me, it comes down to Florida International and Middle Tennessee State. I think
Mm.
but I think what it's going to be is going to be Florida International and Liberty. Liberty.
I'm going to answer my question and answer it as yes, it is obvious. It's going to be Middle Tennessee and Liberty, Devon versus MJ Kemp. I feel like those two coaches are the best two coaches in the league, not in the league, in the conference,
Yeah.
I misspoke, in the
No,
conference.
I got
Those are the two best coaches in the conference. And like I said, with the American, I think coaching wins you games in the G6. It definitely, can sway those tight contests in the G6 that you find yourself in. And those two coaches are going to find a way to pull out those close games. Liberty has 3 running backs with 80 overall. That's going to be fun for MJ Kemp right there. He probably is going to meet those guys in real life. And if he does, he should tell them about the league.
you.
But those 3 guys, it's like an 82 overall, 81, and an 80 overall running back. So if you can go 3 deep and have depth like you do at one position, you can utilize that position and get a lot of scoring from that position. And he's going to have a lot of rushing touchdowns and little screens and dump offs in the backfield. Quarterback play can be iffy. He may have to see which one works best for him. But the run game is going to be elite with Liberty, Middle Tennessee. It has been all about the passing game with him, with them, and Devon is a passer. So that meshes well together. Both of those, passing coach, passing offense. So I feel like he's going to beat people with the pass. And I have those two coaches there in the conference title game.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be upset if Middle Tennessee State got there either. Um, I, I like FIU, um, but I mean Devin's done big things, and you're right. He's a good coach. Um, I just for some reason I just feel like Florida International is going to do really well, and it, it's a good conference. There's a lot of older coaches in here too. So there's going to be some good games coming out of here. I'm really excited to actually do this year because there's so many vets in the
It's
G6,
less unknown. It's
and
less unknown.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and when you start putting Devin and Duvid and MJ Kemp in the same conference, or look at the American Conference, right? Like, man, this is going to be exciting.
Definitely going to be exciting. Definitely. And we have one more conference
We do.
Usually that'd be the end. Usually be like, yeah, all right, we're getting to this, that, and the other. Nope. We got one more because we are flying high with the G6. And that is the Fun Belt, aka the Sun Belt
Yes,
Conference.
sir.
This conference is the only conference left. We say it every season. This conference is the only conference with true division. Everybody else doesn't have divisions anymore. But the Sun Belt said, no, 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 no. We still rolling with the division format.
I like the division format.
I do too. I definitely do too. As some of the teams and coaches we have Quest for Gold at Arkansas State, veteran coach C Nasty. Forget Miami. At Georgia Southern, we have M. Waskett at James Madison. We got Raga at Coastal. We got Vic Tim at Georgia State. Vic Tim always down to upset somebody. We have Nate Dogg at Troy. He's back. We have Swove at Old Dominion. We got Jordan at Louisiana. We got Bear Ass at my alma mater at Louisiana Tech. New addition to the Sun Belt. We have more at Marshall, and we have Scoop coming back as South Alabama. We have Tom, excuse me, as a new coach at App State, and we have my favorite person in the league outside of Doc and Sammy. Wobbles is back at Southern Miss. Who do you have as a surprise in this comp?
So I'll give one from each side, and I think Wobbles is going to be the surprise in the West. Um, and when you go over to the other side, and not much of a surprise, but I think C Nasty is going to surprise a lot of people with Georgia Southern.
Okay. Okay. What makes you think that?
So I think going back to the talent as a coach, I think that he's one of the better coaches in that conference. So Georgia Southern's got some talent on that team, and I think that having that the talent that he has and the coach that he is, I think that's going to um, surprise some people as we go along. And Wobbles is Wobbles. You know what I mean? Like he's another guy that sandbags a lot, but you know, he can say that he isn't that good of a player, but he's actually consistent, and I think that's what wins him a lot of games is his consistency. And you know, I think and there's some new coaches on that side um, that I think that he matches up pretty well with.
Anytime Wobbles is in the conference, he's going to be my pick for the surprise. That's no surprise. He's going to be the surprise of the conference with Southern Miss. Talented team still has the Braxton kid that came over from Marshall, still there at Southern Miss. Still a talented team from a year ago that turned it around. I feel like they're going to maintain in real life this year, and the talent's going to equal that here in the game. I'm going to answer the question first here. I have, as far as who's going to be in the conference title game, I have Louisiana Tech versus Georgia Southern.
Oh, okay.
Georgia Southern for the reasons you stated about C Nasty, and I feel like C Nasty wants another shot at Miami for God knows why. I don't know, but he wants another shot at coaching Miami, so he's definitely going to do whatever it takes. The will to win will be strong in a positive light for him to garner a lot of wins and get to the conference title game. And of course, Louisiana Tech is the alma mater. Bear Ass is definitely a veteran coach that knows what he's doing. the run game is going to produce at Louisiana Tech. They have a freshman named Mitch Booth to watch out for. And if you listening or watching on Twitch, Bears, I would definitely use Mitch Booth. He is a freshman with 91 speed and 98 acceleration.
Jeez.
And if you put him on the line, he has platinum takeoff, meaning as a receiver, he will fly down the field. So that is a weapon to watch for Louisiana Tech. So I have those two teams representing the Sun Belt in the conference title game. What say you?
I have the same Louisiana Tech for the same reasons that you stated. Um, Again, speed kills in the smaller conferences. So, but I have Marshall coming out of the other side, out the East. Um, Marshall's got a pretty good team. They got a good quarterback. They got some good fast receivers. Um, their defense isn't too bad. So I think, for the same reasons I said that, Corey was going to be the guy that was going to be the surprise. I feel Mort is the reason why Mort's going to win it. I feel like the talent between Marshall and Georgia Southern is enough that Marshall just comes out of that side. Boy, I sure wish they were on the other side, but it is what it is, and you have to pick one or the other. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia Southern also won that as well.
All right. All right. Well, that is the conference previews there. Who do you see winning some of these conferences? You don't have to give all of them, but for right now, because season starts next week, so we can dive deep into who's going to win the conference
Sure.
next week. But who do you have in the MAC? We'll say the MAC, and
I think
who do you have winning it in the American?
American.
Yeah.
I have. I think we both have Chip versus the field, so I think Chip wins that in the MAC. And the American, I think when it all clears, that's where it's going to come down to. I don't know why you gave me this one because I'm so stuck. And
Okay. Well, I'll give you a
and
different
the
one.
reason why I say that is because I'm
We
stuck
don't.
with all of the coaches, right? Like, as much as I feel like Rain can win that conference, I still think just because of fit, I think, I
Well, we don't.
I think
We're gonna
I'm,
leave
I'm,
them on
gonna,
a
I'm just gonna say
cliffhanger.
it. I'm gonna say
No, 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 no,
North
no, no, no.
Texas.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
North
No, no,
Texas.
no, 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 no.
That's
You got next week. You still got next week. So.
but that's just my preseason. Like I said, I'm just going with fit, and I really think North Texas fits Jaguars, and that's just kind of not seeing anybody play any games, not knowing anything other than coaches. I feel like North Texas fits him so well that that's kind of where I'm headed. But I wouldn't
We
be
didn't. We
surprised if
didn't.
any of those guys won.
We didn't forget you, Jordan. At Lafayette, we did not forget you. But a real Louisiana team is in the conference now. So, um, we do have previews of Block One. Um, we're gonna dive deeper into those next week, but we're gonna just highlight the previews that we have. We have North Dakota State at Delaware. So that is a coaching rivalry of BB&B with Jokers and Jeff Daddy, which might be the first episode in BB&B. Who knows? Uh, but we have
They should
them
do a
representing
live
Jersey.
game version.
I know, right? They should. They should. I hope they listen to us and get
Mark
that
posts
going.
it, and they talk while they play
And
the
then
game.
display. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. And take shots every touchdown. Oh, yes. We need that. That's what we need. That is the content that we need
that's
right
it.
there.
That's what we need.
That's what we need. What do you think? Who do you think is going to win that matchup?
North Dakota State. I think that North Dakota's, you know, like Delaware's got a halfway decent team, but I don't think they're anywhere near North Dakota State. But these two always play each other pretty close, so this is going to be a good one.
All right. And we're going to give one more. We're going to give one more preview. Like I said, we're going to deep dive into why we're picking. I'm going to go with Jokers as well. And we're going to deep dive why we pick Jokers next week. But who do you have in the 30th edition of
It's our
the
rivalry.
rivalry between yourself and T-Fan?
I think this is the longest running, and this might be the longest running rivalry in the NDL. We play every season, week one. We have since season 6, and I lead the series. I just like to say that. But it's a lot. I mean, we've had some battles. Like I was Notre Dame and he was Navy one year, and he beat me on a last minute run, I think it was. And like we've had some battles over the time, but this is our 30th season, and he'll win. He's won the last 3 out of the 4 games. So I mean, he'll get the win.
You know I gotta go for you. Gotta go for you. Gotta go for you. You gonna get the win. You gonna get the win. You gonna show them why you lead the series. We gonna dive deeper into
He's
it next
catching up.
week. We gonna dive deep into it next week. But
Yep.
I have you. I have you.
All right. Well, I appreciate
At
that. I
30.
appreciate the vote of confidence.
Hey, no problem. You got it. I'm telling you, you got this. All right. So we started this last season. So we're gonna continue it this season as well. Our power rankings, our G6 power rankings for the preseason. I'm gonna go first.
All right.
Let you go last. I have Liberty, UTSA, FAU, Central Michigan, the Chips, and Middle Tennessee State.
All right.
Who do you have?
I got Liberty, North Texas, FAU, Marshall, and Central Michigan, with UConn a very close fifth in that 5. And then that's not in any 1 through 5. That's just my top 5 teams. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just 5. It's no order.
Yeah.
It's never no order. It's just top 5 teams.
But I have UConn knocking on the door of the top 5.
All right. All right. And we do, as well, we started this a few seasons back as well. We're going to give the shout out of the week for the preseason. Who do you have as your coach shout out for the week?
I want to give my coach shout out to. I'm going to give it to Chip because of what he did at the draft. He could have taken anybody he wanted, but he said, "Nah, I'm going back to Central Michigan," and I thought that was awesome. So good shit, Chip.
Good shit, Chip. Good shit.
That was, or as my favorite cartoon would say, tie shit. But I thought that was fantastic.
Got you. Mine, we mentioned it earlier, and I gave the little rah-rah. Oh, he put bulletin board. Nah, that's how you do it. You duck, no smoke. Duck, no smoke. My coach shout out is to Hubbard for having a top pick, setting a alternate goal and trying to achieve it and calling your shot while doing it. Love it. Love it. Duck, no smoke. Put yourself on everybody's bulletin board. You're going to get everybody's best shot in the Mountain West. They are coming for you, sir. So the expectation is on you. We think highly of you here at the Outliers. So you're going to be talked about a lot. So you better live up to their expectations. All right. And the next to last segment of the show is the ball knower fact of the week. Everybody loves the ball knower fact of the week. This week's ball knower fact: there are 4 teams in the history of college football to have ever gone wire to wire, meaning they were number 1 in the first ranking and they won a national championship and they ended the season at number 1. Can you name those 4 teams? And people on Twitch, and when you listen to the pod on Spotify, don't Google it. Don't Google it. Just guess. You can Google it after I say it, but what 4 teams went wire to wire? I know it's hard. It's a hard question. You can give me one. You can give me one for now.
One, huh? That's all I can give you.
No. You can give me all
I,
4 if you
I don't
can.
I
You
don't
can give
I
me
don't
all
know
4.
any of them. I would venture to
Give me a
say
good guess. Give me a
wasn't
good guess.
wasn't Charlie Ward's team, was that 98, 90,
Charlie
98,
Ward's team is 93.
93, 90? Was it?
And
Was
the
that not
answer
it?
is no.
Okay,
That's not it.
all right.
Wire to wire means they stayed at number 1 the whole
Yeah,
season. They
I thought that team did.
no, they lost the game.
They did, didn't they? Shit. All
They
right.
lost to Notre Dame. Lost to Notre Dame.
There was a Florida State team that I don't know what year it was, but I know there was one
Okay,
Florida State
so
team that went wire to wire. I
so
thought that was who it was.
okay. So let's name the second team. You have one right.
What year was it?
It was the Peter Ward, Chris Winkie
Peter
year.
Ward.
99.
90.
99.
Okay.
Played Mike Vick in the national championship.
All right.
99, Florida State coming off a national championship appearance, losing to Tennessee. They were ranked number 1 in the preseason poll. It is not Jameis Winston's team. It's Peter Ward and Chris Winkie team. Um, like I said, coming off losing the national championship, they was ranked. Everybody basically came back. They were ranked number 1 in the preseason poll, was number 1 all the way through, and won the national championship. Can you name any of the other?
No idea.
NTX, don't make me cuss you out. You keep bringing that shit up. That was 26 years ago, brother.
Hmm.
We've won one since then. What about you? Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know who the other ones would be.
It's a famous team. It's a famous team. A famous recent team, famous dynasty recent team, not too recent, but they were a famous, like they're well known. This team in that time period was well known. They was the talk of college football.
There's USC's in the chat in the 2000s. Bama 14 or something.
It's definitely not Bama. They almost did it.
Was
They
USC one of
almost
them?
did it. Yes, you do got that right. USC is one of them.
All
Yes,
right, that
they
was
are.
Gillespie got it.
They are the 2004 USC team went wire to wire.
Who was on that
That
team?
was Matt Leinart,
Matt
Reggie
Lyon,
Bush,
Reggie Bush.
Lyndon White, all them. Pete Carroll as the coach. They were rolling.
Why do I feel like they were like in the 90s? I don't know why I feel that.
No,
Maybe because I'm old.
it's pre HD. That's why it's pre HD.
Oh,
And then and that team is most memorable for the Bush push and then losing Vince Young. So, if you want to say the most memorable thing about that dynasty was them losing to Texas, because it's basically the greatest game of all time. The other two were Notre Dame in 1943. No, it's not LSU. 1943 Notre Dame. Don't know much about this team because that was about 40 plus years before I was born. Um, and we spoke about this team early in the conference preview. 1945 Army went wire to wire.
holy shit. So it
This
was
was
60
this was
years
at the
before any
this
other
was at
team did
the
that? That's crazy.
yeah. It
Wow.
was 1943 and 1945. Those were peak World War II years. So that's why Army is on this list. If you really go back to those times and be like, damn, Army and Navy was winning national championships because they had the best pool of talent because of World War II.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
That was an interesting one. Because I would have thought for
The
sure there was more teams that went wire to wire.
No. So the teams that were close in order: 1971 Nebraska. They were number 2 in the preseason, but won the Natty. All these teams, I believe, either shared or won the Natty. 1972 USC. They were number 8 to start the preseason, but they won or shared the Natty. 1983 Nebraska. They were wire to wire until a little known team named Miami beat them in the Orange Bowl by 1 point. That 1993 Florida State team that you did mention lost to Notre Dame in week 12. 05 USC, which lost to Texas. 06 Ohio State, which lost to Florida in the national championship. 2016 Alabama, who lost to Clemson in the national championship.
Did they start at number
Wait.
one?
They started,
Okay.
but I'm naming what happened to get them out of number one.
Got it.
So the first two, they started the season not ranked number one. Nebraska lost on the 2-point play in 83. Florida State lost to Notre Dame. But still, all these teams won or shared the Natty except 83 Nebraska. And 05 and 06 and the rest. The rest of the teams did not share shit. 05, USC lost to Texas. They were ranked number one all the way through. 06, Ohio State was ranked number one all the way through until they lost to Florida. Tim Tebow and them. 2016, Alabama, Jalen Hurts' freshman year was number one all the way through until they lost to Deshaun Watson. And 2018, there's a theme. 2018, Alabama lost to Clemson and Trevor Lawrence. And that's it.
Wow.
That's it. So it's only 4 teams. So whoever I'm thinking is going to be Ohio State, that's number one this year in the preseason. So they got a lofty task to uphold, being wire to wire number one.
That's crazy.
Yes.
I would have.
So
It's interesting.
go ahead. No.
I would have thought more, but it's interesting to see how many people there were that could have done it and where they lost. So, good fact.
Yeah. Yeah. That means Clemson is not winning the national championship until Alabama gets ranked number one in the preseason. Our closing thoughts for our first show of the new season. What are your closing thoughts?
I just want to say good luck to everybody this season and have a good season. And we will be here Thursday nights. What 6:30, 7 o'clock Central Time, 7:30, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and looking forward to talking some G6 and following some of these games.
Yeah, we will basically be the opening to any other show. I believe the NDL podcast is right after us. And most likely during the season, we will prelude BB&B or any other live game show that we may have on Thursday. So my closing thought is everybody have fun. I hope everybody is enjoying the game. And when the season starts, please play your games. Please play your game.
Do your stats, do your polls, easy points. The
It's all
website
worth it in the end. It's all worth it in the end.
and the website now makes things so much more easier to add stats. I think there's a lot less stats to add, so make sure you get your stats in. Make sure you vote. Play your games on time. And the
The
one thing that
preseason poll will be next week.
Yep. And the one thing that I just PSA, use your coach's reports as a tool. You know what I mean? If somebody does something, make sure you put it in there, but be nice about it. So
Definitely. I ditto that, and I'm going to definitely follow that for my own self. So,
yeah.
ditto.
And if you got a problem with somebody, talk to them about it first before you guys freak out on each other. And we're all here to have fun. So there's 138 of us, and we're not all going to like each other. So we all got to get along with each other. It's kind of like work.
It's definitely like work. It's definitely like work.
So good luck to everybody this season, and we'll be talking some ball.
Yes, sir. We sure will.